It's a bad teacher, but hello everyone.
Oh wait, sorry, I didn't realise I was recording.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I was recording about 5 minutes.
But yeah, hello everyone. Welcome to FeastBox, our podcast series over here on the channel. As always, I'm Veli.
It's good boy.
It's Griff.
Pim.
Growing up
Yeah.
was always like
It's a dangerous thing.
like gaming. When we had gaming, we didn't have to have subscriptions. It
Yep.
was you buy the game, you played the game. You might have bought DLCs for it.
Not even that. Back at PS2 days, you didn't need any DLCs. Everything came on one
It was
disc.
just
Yeah,
the
but
game.
it was okay. If we're going
Unless
way,
you're
way
playing,
back.
unless you're playing like LA Noire and it's like 2 disc.
Oh yeah, then.
3 disc game.
I miss those days, by the way, where you didn't have to buy DLCs and everything was just there.
Yeah.
You bought the game's yours, you got everything.
You got everything. It's the same. It's like with movies. We buy the DVD. It was that. But then
Blockbuster.
the only thing about that was obviously you took up so much room of having all this DVDs and your.
Oh, it's shelves.
So it was shelves. So it's good now that we are going into that streaming world.
Digital.
It is really good that everything's going digital because now everything's on a one device or in a cloud. You know, like
Yeah,
it's
that's
there.
very true.
But is it necessary for all of them?
This is the point I'm trying to think. Like everyone's just kind of gone, what streaming? What service? We're doing it.
Monthly payments.
Like I remember having PS3, and I loved PS3 because that's why I liked PS3 more than Xbox. Because Xbox you had to pay for their online
Yeah,
subscription
you had
earlier.
to pay.
360 you had to, and PS3 gave you the option of having both. You could either pay for Plus to get some benefits,
Or
or it was just once you had online and you bought the game, you had an opportunity to just pay online, and that was amazing. Then next minute they slapped us with
£40 a year.
no, it was shit. It was a bit- it was
Yeah.
£30. It was £30 for the year.
Yes, it
Oh,
was.
yeah,
Yeah.
It was £30 for the year, which I was still complaining about in my younger days. I will tell you that, Sony, as much as I love your cameras, fix your streaming sites, and your subscriptions and all of that shit. Cut that shit down. But you can sponsor me.
Yeah, right.
I would be happy to get sponsored.
But why have they now done it to £40 a year? Right?
It's like £50, isn't it now?
Excuse me.
It's like
it's
$49.99 for 12
I will not
months.
be online this year because I haven't bought my subscription yet, so I will not be there.
I haven't bought that in years.
So have you been paying?
Well,
for
sometimes
that?
they have like £50 for 15 months. They like give you an extra 3 months for free or something like that.
Well, fuck all of that. It's like it's crazy that's coming in, and then now you've got loot boxes.
Yeah.
You know, you've got that whole concept of the loot boxes and buying more. So on top of you paying for your subscription, buying the game, you now buy like virtual currency or loot boxes and more
COD points, FIFA points.
season
all that.
passes and
It's all about micro.
I think season passes are good value for money if you are a dedicated fan of that series.
no, I think it's a good value for money if it actually gives you
I think it depends on
what it
season
is.
pass.
So
Well-
Rainbow, like the only season pass I buy is Rainbow Six Siege.
Oh yeah.
Reason why I do that, that game has been out for 4 years. So it's not a game where I can spend £100 into 1 year and the next minute a new one's out. You can spend your value for money in that game. It's been 4 years running, and no matter what you put into it, you've got out because it's on one game. It's not changed.
Yeah.
So season pass is giving you all the characters as much as you can unlock them in the game. It gives you an opportunity to just have all the new characters without having to grind out for like the money, the like coins on the game, whatever. Which is fine. It gives you new maps. Either way, technically, you get everything that they're giving you in the season pass for free anyway. Technically, you don't actually have to buy the season pass. But if you have games where if you do not buy the season pass, you won't get the content.
Yeah. I remember countless times playing COD where people would have maps that I wouldn't have, and I'd get kicked out of the lobby because I didn't have that map.
Like, I don't feel like that's fair.
Yeah.
I spent 50 quid on the game.
Discrimination for the poor.
So, I mean, the first big game that season started to become the mainstream thing for all games to do. I mean, it was in games before, but Fortnite,
Yes.
which was the huge.
I think the Fortnite done more loot boxes,
It
innit?
started really in the online gaming when Battlefield 3 introduced their
I was
premium
meant-
pass.
yeah.
It
I
started
was
before.
gonna
No, I know it started before, but
Yeah.
what kicked it off into all games, accepting it as a standardized template, like we
Was-
see now.
yeah,
I
was
mean,
Fortnite.
COD has seasons.
Fortnite.
Fortnite has seasons. There are so many different games out
Yeah.
now that are now doing
That's
season passes.
more of like a battle pass, though.
It
instead of
has
season
now
pass.
turned into
Ubisoft is the worst.
the
one for that.
mainstream for
It is the mainstream.
game setups.
But do we think that's the right way to go down? Do you think it's just because of the way the society's growth, the digital era has evolved, that it's their way of saying that's our keeping up and that's the right way? Or do you think they're just doing it because they think, oh yeah, money, like obviously that's what they think, but
I think it's more within the big companies such as EA and Activision. EA are terrible for doing their microtransactions and stuff like that. They're one of the worst for that kind of stuff. Activision in terms of the new COD, I don't think there's that many like pay to plays and stuff, or pay to wins and stuff like that. It's more you have to play to win in that one, which is what I prefer.
that's true. It did change into a pay
With
to
the
win.
Call of Duty, it's literally just maps and cosmetics.
Yeah, the older ones. Then you had like
No,
you could buy COD
no,
points
even
to get.
No,
But even
it's
now-
just
It's
cosmetic.
just maps and
Yeah,
cosmetics.
yeah. In the new Modern Warfare, but I'm talking about like Black Ops 3
Right, sure,
and Infinite Warfare. It was like, oh, pay this much and get a new weapon that no one else has got.
That's the
Or
problem.
you could play bare games and then win it that way. But either way, the people who are playing it for longer are losing out because you've got some 13-year-old kid whose mum has just put their credit card into it.
Yeah.
Or
I've
they've
just bought a
stolen
new
their
weapon.
mum's credit card.
Yeah. Or I've just bought a new weapon that no one's had and I'm level 5.
Yeah, no, it's like, did you not
Yeah,
read the
100%.
article the other day?
It's not fair
A
on
kid-
the players.
I think
Oh,
it's the
shit.
mum
Yeah.
suing.
Yeah,
Who is
yeah.
she suing?
She's suing
EA.
She's suing EA because her kid bought like
£35,000 worth of
FIFA
FIFA points, and he's lied basically and said he's got hacked. Right?
What a G.
He's a genius for that. Can't lie about it. It's a genius move.
How can Mumsy roll with that story as well?
Fam, she took it to the papers, like.
Yeah.
no.
That's mad.
Parents need to have like.
But saying that it is
Okay,
no, but
yeah.
you're saying that, right? I'm not saying that what he's done that he can't be. He might have got hacked. We don't know. I'm not going to judge. No, but what I'm saying
He might
is
have done.
it's a lot easier now because of the digital era that it can happen. Look at what PlayStation happened.
That's
A
true.
couple of
but
years ago,
when-
they got their system hacked.
When I had stuff when I was
You know.
younger, my mum personally would not let her credit card on my PlayStation. Instead, she would buy the gift cards.
No, but you got to
£20 gift card, you
That's,
put in a code, bang, I've got £20
but you got
in
to
that
think
wallet.
of the era that we're going into. It's not.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was our
that's-
first introduction to
Yeah, no,
the
of
digital
course.
era. Was buy a gift card because online security is not that great right now.
Especially
To the point
on
of where
PlayStation.
now, like you were saying the other day, like streaming is everywhere. Like we've got streaming 24/7.
You've got iPlayer, you've
There's
got
no
ITV
like
Hub,
I used to be a
4OD.
person that didn't like to do online shopping. I wouldn't do streaming stuff
That's
because I was
true.
like, I don't want to have my card details on the stream or like Spotify or Netflix and shit. But now it's like if you do not have it,
I think
Well,
it's an initial resistance, just like contactless when that came out.
Yeah,
everyone was like,
no,
no, no. Even I was like, no, no. And then eventually you're like, you know what?
It's so
It's
simple.
so
I need
simple.
this. Where have I been without this?
Everyone's
This,
now.
this
Bang.
literally, it's true.
It's
But
all about convenience and time
So
saving.
that's the same as me.
Efficiency is the key.
I really preferred stuff like I had a Love Film a subscription where I would have a DVD sent to me and then I'd send it back. I love that shit because I love DVDs and stuff like that.
I think that's just because of what we grew up in.
And now after
Because why else did you love that?
because I loved films.
Because you loved not sending them back.
Yes. I have a few films from Love Film that I didn't send back, but it's okay because they went.
Come on,
back
Swift.
before I can even send
Come
them
find
back.
your DVDs. He's the reason why you went out of business.
Yeah.
I think I've got at least about 4 or 5 of them in my house, so I didn't send back.
That's bad.
But by the time I was supposed to
Shrek 1, 2,
literally-
3, and 4.
By the time I was
And
going
the
to send
holiday
them
version.
back, they went bust. So I was like, oh, I might as well just keep them now. then.
No. It's not by the time you're ready to send them back. When you was
3
meant to send them
years
back,
later.
you didn't,
Yeah.
and you kept them and found them and went, "Oh shit!"
But
I've got these.
I've got a library book from my old secondary school. Guaranteed that they do not know I have it.
No.
But
You just baited yourself out.
No, they do.
they don't know what secondary school I went to.
Well, I think the people that
No. They don't know my legal name.
I think they do.
Oh my
man.
God.
The amount of time we fucked up with each other's names, I think.
I don't know my legal
It
name.
doesn't matter about fucking. I think they kind of know who you are. You
My
know?
name is.
That's if they're watching.
That's
Which
if
they're
they're
probably not.
So you got the head teacher. They're like, yeah, I remember you. No, but it's like I think
Creepy thing.
it's harder for us to adapt to the digital era at the initial
don't
start.
think it is.
No, I mean at the initial start because of what era we grew up in the sense of we came from. It was physical. This once you paid for it, it was yours. There was no I've got to keep on paying for something to
Yeah.
keep it. Do you know
I
what
think
mean?
we have a thought, or we would have had an initial thought, but the generation nowadays, it's just second
It's-
nature.
yeah,
There
That's
isn't
what I'm
a
trying to
thought.
say. We would have been like, I can get away with not having this subscription because I can actually go out and do.
It's like with Disney now as well. Disney have got their.
They're getting their-
Well,
their
yeah.
different
What I was
service
going
now.
to say, what I think the issue is that for kids nowadays, if someone's talking like if some kid in their class comes and says, "Oh my god, this new show on Netflix is amazing," you need a Netflix subscription to watch that. Okay, so that's £10 a month. And then you've got your other friend that comes around and says, "Holy crap! I just watched that new Amazon Prime series. It's the most amazing show I've watched in like 10 years." Suddenly you've got a second streaming service. So you've got the big ones.
So
I mean, you've
many.
got Netflix, Apple,
You've got Now TV.
Disney,
Amazon,
Now TV.
Now. BBC and ITV have just brought out a thing called BritBox, which
Oh,
is all
yeah.
British
Really?
dramas
Yeah,
and all this kind of
okay.
stuff. Disney are going to have their own
They've got their
streaming
Disney
service.
Plus, yeah.
And there's multiple others.
Hulu.
This is
You've
on
got Hulu
top.
going.
This is on top of standard TV, which is Virgin,
Hey You.
Sky,
And that's your TV license as
Yeah.
well that you're paying for. And then Sky,
and
yeah.
BT. You know
BT's
what I
got
mean?
their own
And
thing,
even
yeah,
within normal TV, it's split. Like BT
Mm-hmm.
own however many Premier League games, so you
Mhm.
can't watch that many Premier League games
Amazon
unless you
now
have
own
BT
Premier League
Sport.
games.
And then Amazon now have Premier
So
League
do
games.
you
So you
think-
need to be subscribed to everything to being
Do you
able
think
to
it will be
watch
smart
everything.
to just have one big
Nice.
No.
streaming
Wait,
So that
network?
no, it would never work. How do you monetize that for each individual service that puts forward what they're doing? Like if Netflix made a series and it's going forward to one hub, they won't make the money back from that because
No,
it will be
right.
You
split.
need one big baller company like Google to buy all the rights to the.
Oh Jesus.
Google
Facebook.
will have their own streaming service
put it
within the
under
next
their
5
own-
years.
They
I
do.
I don't
guarantee
feel
it.
like they will need
YouTube.
Oh, well, yeah, technically
YouTube have-
is theirs.
they-
They've got
No, but
they
YouTube
own
as
YouTube,
well.
so yeah, that is them.
They own
actually, yeah.
YouTube? I
Yeah.
thought Facebook.
No,
owned
they
That
it.
is
do.
true. No,
Right.
that is true. They have YouTube originals.
Mm-hmm.
So that's so
YouTube
true.
originals.
There's
do they
YouTube
have
originals?
Yeah,
Yeah.
YouTube originals.
YouTube streaming
Big
as
thing.
well.
YouTube
like
Red,
live stream
or
as
whatever
well on there.
it's
Wow.
Yeah, big thing.
Wow.
Hit
There's
us
been a
up.
couple of good documentaries on that.
Very good documentaries.
So,
We are actually doing. We can do documentaries. If
We
you
could.
want.
We could do mockumentaries as well. Just saying.
no, he's trying to plug himself right now so that he can actually do
Plug
filming.
in.
That's what he's trying to say.
YouTube originals wants to hit us up.
Hey, Apple D.
Sponsor us, YouTube.
Please. Anyone.
Give us money.
Mum.
So,
Sponsor us.
with streaming, what's your opinion on the way streaming's come about, the gaming? Like, what is your opinion on all of this kind of new development? Because what, you know?
I think it's just the evolution of the way times are changing.
Do you think there should be a regulation on it, like gambling?
What do you, how's that?
Well, because like loot boxes and stuff is
For
it's a
microtransactions,
chance
do you mean?
Things.
Yeah, it's technically gambling.
But and plus, like, it doesn't help with the younger generation with seeing all the influencers on YouTube are doing massive
Yeah.
unboxings, so they want to do it as well.
Well, this
and
was
then they
the
have
thing.
their mum's credit card already plugged into the Xbox.
That's
buying
this
it.
was-
totally down to your parents.
This
Like,
Yeah,
was-
100%.
No,
it is.
But you've got to understand.
Do you think there should be a regulation on the actual companies doing loot boxes?
100%.
Like, say, regulate gambling websites
Yeah.
and casinos and stuff like
Well,
that.
there was this big thing, I don't know how many years ago it was, with, I believe it was Syndicate
Anti Martin.
Yeah,
They had their own
who
loot
was-
box
website
game
where
thing.
They
innit?
owned,
CS:GO Lotto,
they
I think it
owned
was.
a
CS:GO
gambling,
Yeah,
CS:GO
yeah, I remember this.
crate gambling site, like
Yeah.
lottery site,
Yeah,
and
it
they
was
would
called CS:GO Lotto, and
fix, yeah.
they had access to the back end,
Yeah.
so they could manipulate the odds.
Mhm.
They-
And
literally
when they'd
win
done their
every time.
videos, they basically rigged the odds in their favour,
To
but they
make
were
it
playing
look-
against actual people, and so they were in essence rigging the game.
And they were faking their reactions as if
And
to
they
say,
were
"Oh my
faking
god,
it.
I've just won this, Jesus,
And
yeah,
I'm
just
so
like
not to
lucky."
mention, they went again. When you like do like a sponsorship or whatever, you have to declare that you do a sponsorship or you're associated with it.
Mm.
They forgot to disclose that they're the actual owners
Yeah.
of the website, and that apparently they found this website and they reached out for a sponsorship.
Yeah.
So they completely like
They misrepresented everything, yeah.
and they didn't even say they were sponsored by it or anything. Or
I think that's
Yeah.
where the regulation needs to come in. The difficulty is within the game, it has to be parental
Mm-hmm.
responsibility
Yeah,
for
it
your
has to
kids
be.
and what they're purchasing.
Mm.
I mean, if you've bought your kid a game, or your kid has asked you if they can buy a game with your money, you need to be responsible for the fact that you know what's going on in that game, you know what they're doing in that game, and you need to think, okay, what what's within this game that they can exploit or can exploit them.
Exactly.
And how do I
think
keep
what they
them
need
from
to do
getting
as
that?
well with like the consoles and stuff like that is when you do add a payment method, is you need to be putting like password or a
A
pin on
pin,
it.
yeah, something
So
like
that
that.
before you can just check out again, you still need to enter that pin and
Yeah.
password or
Yeah.
whatever.
But then,
Or like a
would that help
CNC
though? Because
or something.
as a kid, I'll just put my own pin in, wouldn't I?
No. Your parents would set up that pin for you. Your
No,
parents
that, it
would set
comes
up
down
that
to
pin.
parent responsibility again.
So, but they had that on. They've had that on consoles for years.
No, they haven't.
Parental
Parental controls are within.
have always been on there because you could set it on your PS4 to
You
have it.
could,
So
yeah.
before you even played the game, if I clicked on Call of Duty tonight, it will come up to say you have to put a pin in before
But
you
that's
can
to play the game. I don't think it's to actually buy something.
No, but then if that's the
I think it depends on what level of control you put on it. I'm
can have
assuming
different
there
levels,
must be some sort of
if I put
blocker
on,
for any sort
I
of
think if
transaction.
level 0 means you can play anything on it, level 7 means you can't play.
no, but if I've already put a
a
password pin
12
thing in, I think
games?
it blocked it straight away.
Mm.
You still have to keep putting the pin in.
Oh, yeah, no, of course. If you were to play the game, though, I'm not
But
sure.
that's
about
been
it.
there. That's just been taken out because of
Purchase.
the access of how digital is. It's not.
Yeah,
They
It's
just
not
have
that I
kind of
need to
stuff
go
to
out and buy the
purchase.
game no more. Whereas, like as a young kid, I remember buying. I think it was Grand Theft Auto. Obviously, I didn't. Again, when I was younger, I didn't really like I didn't like having digital copies. I didn't like that whole concept because I didn't want to put my card details on there. So I always had to go out and buy the physical game.
Mm.
My mum obviously had to buy Grand Theft Auto for me, and the cashier had to explain what the game was. She was like, "This game contains this. Are you alright with this?"
No.
That was like, oh, my mum was like, "No," but I just looked at her and went, "Please."
Everyone at school's got it, please.
So,
But
Sorry.
does it like it change? Wow.
Man, finish that real quick.
I was thinking, this man's quiet next to me though.
It tastes good, you know. I was fishing for them Oreo pieces. Are you done? Could I have some Coke, please, if that's right?
straight after a milkshake,
Really?
you're gonna throw up.
I've been doing that the whole time. I was fucking bigging up.
Like, what I'm
Thank
trying to say
you.
is like, the fact you're saying like,
Coke.
parent, like putting a password on it or putting a pin might help control it.
Please sponsor.
Please don't.
I know what you don't even smoke a Coca-Cola, you know.
They got money.
I mean, it doesn't. You
They got
drink it, but-
money. If they said, yeah, sure, we'll set you a little piece, I'll be
I
on
don't care
it.
who sponsors us, if anyone
Probably just a bit
sponsors
of
us, I really care.
Pornhub.
I fuck-
They're doing big things in gaming
I
now.
fuck with it.
They're doing big things in gaming.
When you say they're doing big things,
They're
is it
starting
they're
their
making their own game.
No.
Oh,
In
that's a
like
shame. I'd play it.
game like esports, you know, like in the
Yeah,
esports
VR
game.
game.
They're sponsoring,
They're
yeah,
bringing
yeah.
a lot more into it. They're sponsored, and I think they're trying to bring their own team or something now.
Oh, wow.
I mean, they've always been. I think they've always been within the gaming industry.
They've been in every. Didn't they do that thing where for every video on Pornhub Watch, they like plant a tree or something?
Yeah.
Like 10 videos
Yeah,
watched
they
on
did
Pornhub,
that.
They plant a tree.
Which
And
is
that's
a good
why
thing.
the Amazon's still there.
Yeah, but I completely forgot about that. Shit. I'm getting all caught up on the Australian bushfires. I completely forgot that half the Amazon burnt down as well.
I didn't forget. Just didn't care.
No,
Didn't they do that whole thing like ages ago, where it's like every like
Hands are so sticky.
1,000 videos watched or something, they plant a tree or something?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, script
Scripts
says.
we were just talking.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Oh, they're starting to do.
That's the power of the streaming world, though.
They're starting to film videos as well on dirty
Slightly
beaches, like beaches.
No, it's like no, but I'm saying like
full
that's
of
insane
shit
to think. That's
to raise
What is it?
awareness. Like, have you heard that?
I
They're
actually know what he's talking about.
They're filming porn videos on dirty beaches with like shit that's coming from the sea to raise awareness for
Yeah.
all of this. Like, fuck you.
I can't smell it, but I don't want to throw up. So.
But yeah, no.
Keep
They're
that big burner
a
down.
different.
For our audio listeners, that was a silent fart. By the way. May or may not kill everyone in the room. So.
So for the ASMR listeners,
no, there was definitely none of that.
It's maybe our last episode.
No, but yeah, what like really going back to it. So the streamer, what is your real?
I don't think it's an issue. I think it's only become so popular from all the services because it's a successful template. It's like
It's a good
it's
business
working.
model,
It shows it works. Like
Yeah.
people are responding to it in a way that's positive. People are happier with monthly payments. of stuff rather than paying for something annually because it means lower payments. Same
No,
as
but
like
what
firm
annually is
contracts.
lower payments, right?
No,
Because monthly.
annually you pay a bigger.
No, but I mean it adds up
front.
less than
It
you
adds
pay.
up.
Oh,
monthly.
yeah,
it
No.
adds up to less. Yeah.
Yes.
That's why they want a
That's not what I
monthly
said,
subscription
though.
thing.
Oh no, I'm saying, but
But monthly
people-
you will pay
because
less
people
monthly
work
because you
off
can't
monthly
afford
wages.
to save the
Yeah.
bulk.
okay.
That's
Yeah.
why it's easy to calculate.
I can't
into
afford to
cost.
save
It's
up
like- it's like-
250 quid, so I'm going to pay £10 a month instead.
That one was a big one.
Do
Fuck
you know
no.
what I mean?
That was a moany one.
But I think the microtransactions has kind of always been there. It's just now that every single game and every single service has kind of jumped onto that one bandwagon.
Mm-hmm.
Like back in the day, there was only like when we were playing PlayStation 3,
Yeah.
there weren't that many games with microtransactions.
Was
But
it
those
not?
that had microtransactions probably had a following of people and players who did purchase
You see, it's kind of weird.
in-game content. It's just
Yeah,
it
yeah,
wasn't as big a thing. Whereas now, almost every game
has,
that is
no matter
released
how big or small it
has
is,
some
Yeah,
sort
yeah,
of
yeah.
microtransaction system in it, whether it's purely for aesthetics or whether it's pay to play. They will have something, and I think that's the issue. Whereas every single game has.
So you
it.
think they should cut it down?
Are you three okay?
Who's three? I'm here. Listen.
Is this literally because of the gas that's coming out the backside of you right now?
Is it him? Is it you? Oh, is it you? Did you not see him do that when he did it? What's that? What's that?
Oh my!
Bro!
Quality content
Oh, my chest!
only at JuncBox.
We're trying to have a serious conversation here. You two are farting.
Listen,
I'm not fighting. You're fighting.
I haven't farted.
I've
my
got
God.
at least 3 times.
I haven't fighted once since I've been
I didn't
here.
make it noisy, did I?
I'm fucking sweating.
Oh,
Jesus.
Oh, who started me off? You lot. Fuck.
Please continue, Pim, because I'm actually interested in your opinion right now.
mean,
I was
It was-
listening.
Shut up! I don't care about you.
kind of done with it, I guess.
No, but so you're saying like there's so much of it now.
I think
every game's
I
got
think
it,
the issue
every-
is there's too much of it. Like it's
So-
everywhere you turn, every single thing you go on is a microtransaction or a subscription or some sort of like back pass or some sort of seasonal pass. Everything you play, everything you see is that you don't. I mean, Rockstar is a company that I respect in gaming because they do a lot of stuff. Yes, they have microtransactions, but they'll release their games with DLCs for free.
Everything, yeah.
Like it's a big game; it's all in it already. Whereas
It just so
like,
happens if you want to buy transactions,
yeah,
you can.
I mean, the new Call of Duty has slightly changed the way it's doing it because they are doing expansions that are free. But the older games they were doing, the old template they were using, is that they'd release 3 or 4 DLCs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can only play those maps if you're willing to pay for it.
What is your problem?
I'm not even going to talk. No point.
What's wrong with you?
Did you need like 5 minutes to just walk out? And...
No, my chest is hurting.
What? Are you alright?
Are you good? Are you okay to carry on?
Medically, chest pains.
Stop laughing then.
Listen, when you
Stop
just
drinking
get a
pie.
smirk on your face and you're going,
I think we'll just call it there.
Well, I can see your nostrils flaring from my peripherals, fam. You're there, like.
Yeah, I think we'll call it there because you've got 2
no,
maniacs of
Usa.
No, I'm good to carry on now.
Stop drinking.
I'm good. I'm just not gonna look at him.
people. No, I think that'll be all today. Because I do not understand these 2 people. Peace out, people. Again, everything always keep track, keep following the channel, you know. Hopefully we'll have 2 normal people. Yeah, soon.
What's your lot's opinions on it, huh?
In terms of the streaming,
Oh, we are continuing. Oh.
Well, I mean, I'm
No,
the only
no,
one that
no.
shared an opinion, but
I was here talking with you.
I believe.
I know that's what I'm trying to do.
I honestly think that the BBC would bring in more money if they had a monthly subscription service rather than the annual TV license.
Very fucking take the TV license.
Or if they
How-
charge for iPlayer.
If they charge for, they would probably do that as well. They'd probably move everything onto iPlayer
Well,
like they did with
they've already
BBC
started
Three.
doing that anyway. haven't
They've done, yeah, there's no BBC Three anymore. That's all
Yeah.
on iPlayer now.
No way.
they? Yeah,
Yeah, it's all online now.
And even that, they ask you if you've got
A
licensing.
TV license, yeah.
If not, then that's
only
separate.
thing I
They will
would
charge you.
literally pay to watch on the BBC is Peaky Blinders.
I'm an EastEnders fan as well, so I probably I
I don't
like
watch soaps or anything like that, but
BBC Two
that'd
stuff
be
as
literally
well.
the only thing I'd
So
pay to
you will
watch.
But then what's the point? Because it's now Peaky Blinders is now on Netflix.
It's on Netflix as well now. Yeah.
It's on Netflix except for the new season. You know, it's on Now TV. So you will continue to pay for another.
Yeah, but it's like.
And see, that's the issue I have is that there's so many like we started with Sky Go, in my opinion. That was the first kind of like streaming, first big streaming thing.
And
that
even then, you
everyone
could
had.
only have that if you.
And you only had that
Sky.
if you had Sky, so that went hand in hand. But now there's Netflix, Amazon.
So wait, with Sky Go, did it start with you have Sky and then you have the option of Sky Go if you
Yes,
pay a premium?
yes. No.
No,
Wait,
you
no,
had
Sky
Sky
Go
Go
was
introduced
introduced
with Sky.
with-
So
Oh,
whatever
it's
you paid for your Sky package, Sky Go was there for you to be on the go, but you had to have had Sky
You had to have
to
a
have
To
Sky
log
Go.
into that.
You know what I mean?
Okay. I
So
don't know. I've never had Sky.
If you paid £40 a month for your Sky package,
Oh.
you had Sky Go added
Okay.
on just to be able to go out. That was like the first streaming on the go. Kind
I
of
think
thing, really.
Sling Player was also something a thing as well. Sling Player. I remember my cousin was able to connect an app called Sling Player, or he had a Sling box that connected to his Sky
Yeah, I think
box.
that was a
So he
illegal
could-
thing that people made. Don't think that was a real streaming.
No. Sling Player was an actual thing. It was a real. Let me fact check.
No, I'm not saying it was. I don't think it was one of those.
No, I think it was legal. It was. You could connect up to a Skybox and then get an app on your phone to connect it to. Sling
NordVPN sponsored.
No, I just think there's too many different streaming things just popping up.
But
So
how would
many.
you resolve that? Because every company wants their own slice of cake.
No, but wouldn't you just put it under one big umbrella? It'd be easier.
Well, that's the real
It'll be
thing.
easier
Who
for
owns
us.
the umbrella?
Yeah, exactly.
It'll
Whose
be
umbrella
easier
is
for
it?
us, but not for the companies.
Yeah,
'Cause they've all got their own profit.
Whose umbrella is it?
No, but I'm saying like,
Google.
if Lee's saying that he would love, the reason why he wants, if he would pay for BT is to watch Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
Well, Peaky Blinders is on every other platform anyway. Right? So you're going.
I'm not sure about Amazon, but
Yeah,
it's on
like
Netflix.
before
No,
it
it's
even
still on
gets
Amazon,
to
you just
Netflix, it's like 6-7 months before it even gets the new season gets to Netflix. It's like
But eventually it's still going to get.
So now it's about if you if you want to watch it now, you pay the premium.
it's like
I guess it's like watching the film in the cinema.
because obviously everyone's on social media. Someone is bound to spoil it for me within that 6-7 months before it's on Netflix.
But even if it was, people are bound to spoil it. Even if it was just like how you say, like if it came out, it's like when Power. No matter, as soon as Power came out,
Oh my god.
even though it was on, people were spoiling it anyway. So either way, I was getting spoilers.
Yeah.
But
Watching
you'd
it
have to
now,
have-
or watching it tomorrow, or watching it next year, you got spoilers.
But you'd have to have a subscription to Stars TV to watch that, wouldn't you?
So watch what? Power?
Yeah.
Netflix.
To watch
It's on
it, no,
Netflix.
but that
It
it comes on
airs
Netflix afterwards. To watch it there
No, it
like, as soon as it
No,
comes out.
Netflix
live.
is
No,
live.
Netflix
Netflix.
does it.
Oh, is it on? Oh, it goes straight
Episode,
on Netflix.
every episode
Every
was out
Tuesday or
every
something.
Monday.
Oh.
I
Every
thought it went
Monday
to
and
Stars
Sunday.
TV and then it went
But like
to.
with Peaky Blinders, it airs on BBC for the whole season,
Mm.
and then 6-7 months later they'll put the whole season on Netflix. So it's not a live like adding onto Netflix.
They did
like
the same
BBC
with
iPlayer.
So,
Brooklyn
Because
Nine-Nine
with
as well.
the BBC, as soon as it airs on TV, it goes straight
Sure.
to iPlayer.
so you're saying if let's say like Netflix, all of this did the exact same thing, would you still pay for BBC?
Oh, if Peaky Blinders was going because that's the only reason I pay for BBC. If it was like it would air on TV and then go onto Netflix, then yeah, I'll just keep
Yeah.
Netflix.
But the question
But
is
because
now.
it takes so long to get on there, it's like
The question is, if the BBC were to drop their TV licensing fees,
Please do.
would they still be on the normal standard channels?
No,
like,
no
like
point.
Channel 4 is, like ITV is.
There's no
is it?
point.
well, if they stopped doing TV license, they'd start having to run ads on BBC.
Yeah, they would, and then
that
that
would
would
keep their funding.
that would be fucking weird.
No, I think they would just take it off of TV, wouldn't they?
I very much doubt that.
I think they would want
Well,
to
they took
put ads on
they took
there
BBC
first.
3 off then. That's what I was only saying.
That's because it was more of a young
Yeah.
person.
They would never
thing,
take
and it
BBC
was-
One off.
No,
TV.
they wouldn't. The reason why they took BBC 3 off is because it was aimed at a younger demographic, so they were mostly online, so they would
Oh,
watch
so they just
They,
went
if
straight.
they removed TV licensing, they would have to run ads.
or have a subscription service to like a
But
box
then
office
again,
thing.
the subscription service is dependent on obviously people subscribing.
But
So
isn't-
if they done a subscription service and ran ads, they'd be able to keep their funding.
Isn't
Yeah.
BBC One like a public channel to the
BBC One
extent
and
that-
BBC Two are public broadcasting channels, but they get their funding from the
From the
TV.
TV.
line.
Yeah,
That's why they don't
of
run
course.
ads.
But like, I agree with Lee. I wouldn't get shut down because that's where you have like broadcasts of important information
Yeah.
to the general
And
public.
it's the
But
only.
by the Queen, the Prime Minister.
That's why if you scrapped the TV license, they'd have to find their funding somewhere elsewhere.
Mhm.
Because it's BBC One, that would be like one of the biggest advertising platforms for UK television. So they could get some serious money through running
They
ads. on
could, but then the
BBC
public would probably be in uproar.
But then the public would have to just watch ads. in
No,
between.
oh, you saying Pim?
I was just going to say, I don't watch ads anyway. Everything's recorded on fast forward through all anyway, so I don't think the public
I think
care about
that's very
adverts
true.
anymore.
In terms of streaming, I
Honestly.
think that's been the best thing about
But
streaming.
that's the young public.
No,
A lot of
no.
The country is old.
Yeah, I
No,
mean,
no.
my grandpa watches Emmerdale, he'd be pissed.
Yeah,
But
my mum's
at the end of the
watching
day,
all
I think
this.
he'd survive.
But mums now, even my mum, like she
Even
watches.
he records stuff.
That's what I'm saying. My mum watches like all of that, and obviously you used to watch on TV. You have to go through the ads. She's now gone over to her phone and just been like, yeah, I'm just gonna watch it on this because it's
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
iPlayers and stuff.
yeah. But
I
even
think
they
it's so
still run
simple
ads.
now. It doesn't. It's not even a generational thing. Like my grandpa's 93. He
Wow,
fucking
good
And he like
he
records on
records
Sky and
stuff and watches it all the time.
Wow.
He's just
It's becoming easier for the older generation to use this kind of technology.
the
now.
ease of use of technology
Yeah.
now is
It's getting
so
simple,
good
but yeah,
that yeah,
yeah.
it doesn't matter about generational
Like,
things.
even with the whole Amazon, they've got like a button for Amazon now where you can place it in like a cupboard. If you run out of toilet paper, boom.
And it
It
orders.
It will
orders
come
to
straight
it
to your house.
What is
to your
this?
house. Yeah,
There's
This
a
has
button
been
which you
things
answer
for
the
time.
buttons.
Like,
There's a
you
button
can
which
Saying
Few
that,
years old,
Amazon-
it's a few years old.
Yeah, but Amazon are, I don't know if it was Mouse, but they were bringing up shops where like you just go in there, there'll be no customer service people in there, there'll be like no
Just pick stuff up.
retail
It's
space.
already-
It'll be,
it's been
it'll just be a
deployed in
big-
Canada already.
it'll just be basically, say like Tesco, imagine Tesco with no one in it. What you do, you go and pick your stuff, and then before you go, obviously, you scan in to get in, so the doors are closed, and you pay for it that way. So when you go around just picking it, you
Yeah,
pay for it
yeah,
on your
um,
phone and just walk out.
There's loads of them.
Right.
Loads
Amazon
of
are doing
them
it.
all over
That's
China
China
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen it.
They're deployed quite regularly over to
China does it, yeah.
just the way
but
shopping
they,
is.
the Amazon, I think they done one a year ago or 2 years ago in Canada, and literally you go in with and you sign on. You obviously you got your Amazon account on your phone. You scan a QR code. You just take stuff off the shelves, put it into your bag, and then just walk out the shop, and it charges it to your Amazon account.
Oh shit, that's pretty sick.
Because everything on the shelves has a code. So,
Yeah.
so when you take it
Yeah.
off the shelf,
So
there's
good.
like
It's
sensors
sensors
and
to
cameras
say,
all
yeah.
over the place that
Yeah.
know what you've taken out.
It's like a mini bar.
And then you just scan your QR code on the
And
way
then
out as well,
That is
and it just charges it to your account.
so dangerous for my bank account.
Yeah.
And
That
yeah,
is so
But that is, no,
dangerous
but that's
for my
like,
bank
you
account.
think like, when we first started, like, that's what I'm saying, when we first like saw about like playing PS4 subscription, playing all the when I was like, nah, this is mad, like, I'm gonna see myself
Yeah,
do
because
it's like contactless, I was like, oh, I'm not, that's what I'm saying, I was
yeah.
like, contact, I'm not getting contactless because every minute I'm just gonna keep going, tap, tap, tap,
Yeah.
it's gonna be
Yes,
dangerous.
True.
2 minutes later, like a few months later, I was like, kinda need contactless.
And then Apple Pay came out.
Then
now
Apple
it's
Pay,
just
then
literally-
your
Yeah.
phone came out where it's just like, oh what, I ain't got my card on me, I can
how
still
long
buy.
before they put
I
a,
go to work without my bank card. 'cause
But I went to fill up the car the other day,
I don't
and I
do
forgot
that.
my wallet at home, and I went, fuck, I need petrol.
I use
Beep.
my,
I was like-
I don't think I'll ever leave without my card. I think I'll always have my
Yeah,
card.
I
don't think I'll
like,
ever
Apple
switch
Pay
just
has
fine.
saved me
Yeah.
like quite a few times where I forgot my card.
Oh
sometimes.
yeah, no, I think it's as a backup, it's amazing, but I would never
But
use
how
that as
long
my
before-
primary way.
Because what if your
Would it?
phone dies or something?
Yeah,
There's no limit
if,
on
what if
Apple
I'm
Pay,
out
is
in
there?
the middle of
No,
nowhere
no
and my
limit
phone
on
dies
it.
and I don't have a bank
Yeah,
card,
it's
£100.
£25 or something.
No, there's no
Apple
limit on
Pay
Apple
is
Pay.
not, there's
Yeah,
no
there
limit
is.
on.
I've tried to pay over like I think I tried to pay for like 30 quid and it
€30.
was
Apple, for
Oh,
me,
that's
I've
nice.
paid like.
No, because I was like, whoa.
I
don't
went
think-
out for dinner. If you noticed that, and I paid like £70 on Apple.
on
I don't think, I don't use Apple, obviously, I was
Android.
Android,
Android.
and I was on Google Pay, and I went to buy, you know, when we bought Call of Duty, I spent £140, and I just tapped.
Right.
There was no
Yeah,
limit
there's
on
no
that.
limit. I think it's
I might have just
£1,000.
Fucking hell.
doing a smart self for
Guess I'm
myself,
never
like
reaching that.
limiting myself.
Huh?
Never read- never
It was
read
1,000.
I think it's 1,000.
Yeah, I'm not reaching out, don't worry about that.
that.
But we say that now next minute.
I'm just gonna go buy a TV.
Let's go to a camera store. I've maxed it.
Do you reckon?
Max whose card?
Do you reckon the technology will become so advanced that people won't even need to take their cards anymore? The biometric system for paying stuff would be in like a fingerprint.
We won't even,
Yeah.
money won't even be a
Well,
thing.
saying that, there's...
They've already got biometric passports.
No, but
Yeah.
there's... I don't know if it was in Russia or something, they implanted a chip into people's hands where... No, hold on. So, a lot of offices was getting broken into, like, because people had... You can fake a key, you know, thing.
Oh, fobs. and
So
shit.
what they did was, instead of having fobs because you lose it, you implant a chip and you walk up to the door and it swipes it and it opens the door.
100%.
But the chip also, for certain areas within the building, you're not allowed to have access. You know, like it might be like, you know, like at school where, when was I think at ABS, like certain teachers could only go in certain rooms, but our passes
Yeah.
couldn't scan it. That was all implemented into their hands, so
Yeah.
then they scanned it that way,
That's
and then you could pay with that as well.
So you're allowed like rights that are given to you to
Yeah,
access
How
certain
long before
places.
as well?
Like, how long is that going to come out to the point where that's everyday? Like, to start your car, you have to scan like something from your body.
Humans
Yeah,
eventually
just like
will
place
literally
your hand
have their
on
own
like a
version of a
thing to
QR.
start
It's
it
like
up.
you wouldn't let non-IT personnel into a server room, like
Mm.
we just wouldn't do that.
I've seen that implemented in films and like war films as well, where the gun will not work unless the person whose biometric scan has actually been implemented into it. It won't fire unless it's that person's.
What was that other film? Was it,
That's
is it
like cars as
Timeless?
well, unless someone's
Justin
got the
Timberlake, Timeless.
car.
Is Timeless the one where your time's going down?
Yeah, everything is
swipe
it's
it.
counted by your
Time is
time.
currency.
Yeah.
Yeah, your
You have
time's
to work.
currency. Like,
Yeah.
do you
Which
watch
is
that
true.
film?
Time is currency because
Timeless,
it's
you never watched
it's the
Timeless?
only resource you
Oh,
can
yeah,
never
yeah,
buy.
yeah, I remember.
In
Even
time.
like they
In
train
time?
the time.
Is that
yeah.
Amanda Seyfried and Justin?
Is that the one
Timberlake?
when time kept going down on
Yeah.
their
Yeah,
hand?
and when
Yeah.
that time goes to zero, you die.
Yeah, you die.
That's it.
That
Justin
yeah.
Timberlake.
So you
I think, was in
gotta be wise
And
with
Amanda
your time.
Seyfried, I think.
Pay you.
And like when you
Good
like
film.
so when you
Simple.
like bought a coffee in the thing, it was like 30 seconds. You have to pay
Your
30
time, yeah.
seconds for a coffee.
But then you get that time back by working and
Yeah.
earning.
Which is
Yeah.
insane, and you got to think that could be.
That's in essence what it would be like, but it would just be not time.
Yeah.
Because that's
Yeah.
the one resource.
It
we'll
would be
never
like
trade.
credits.
Yeah, that's. I think that's
It-
literally where it's
it'll
going to
be
get
boxes
to.
and
Every
credits.
human will just have their own.
Oh, yeah, in the next 20 years,
a
we will
version of a
become
QR
cashless.
code, and that will be your blood type, your allergies,
Yeah.
But we had
your like where you were born,
Yeah.
what you're a citizen of, like your NI number.
So,
Yeah,
Everything
so
of that
everything
information
is-
will be
A
stored.
paramedic could scan your chip and just have all the information.
Yeah,
there.
they'll be like, okay, they're not allergic to this.
Cool.
They're.
But it's like, remember us
From
in
this medication.
school, they changed like the lunch ways that you use it with your thumb.
Yes. That,
It was
you
like
have
the
to top up your
Italian
thing with your
thumb.
thumb.
Oh,
Top
shit,
up your
Your
thumb.
thumb- My thumb was worth like £20 every 2 weeks.
That was lit though.
I
know,
never signed
get
my,
less
I
and
did
less.
not sign my phone up to that.
No,
I did.
I did not
I
do
did.
that.
That was
I did
school
not.
has my fingerprint.
Yeah, that was not me, mate. That was not me.
That was just so. So you were there for that as well, wasn't it? When they changed the.
I was lit.
Did you never go into the school lunch hall?
No.
Oh, okay.
When I
No,
heard
APS
thumb
put
coming,
in
I went,
the,
yeah, scrap that thing. I was like, I'm alright, I don't need to do that no more. But that's the way. That's like another.
That's
Is that
mad. That's
like
how it's
a
gonna
top-up
be
thing
now.
with
I
the
think
thumb?
to pay for like
And
stuff
you
in the
can go-
supermarket.
Like everything's just going to that point.
It's
Streaming
everyone.
is not
Everyone.
about having food. It's not about
Everyone.
everything.
Automatically
Handed.
deduct
It's
how
different.
much you're spending.
It's weird.
No, I don't
How
think it
you're-
will be that. I don't think it will be that. I think it's literally going to be like everyone's going to have a Bluetooth headphone.
Oh, yeah.
Who you
Again.
queue up to top
Yeah,
up,
literally, I think
top up
Bluetooth
their
headphones are
lunch.
just going to turn into our interface.
Yeah.
Our phones are going to be integrated into our headphones eventually.
Or just implanted into a chip in our
It's just
brain.
going to be a
Or something like
it's just going to be a
augmented
holographic
reality or
interface that comes.
Or not even that.
Google Glass thing.
Ghost Shell.
Yeah.
And then eventually it's just going to be literally just a chip in your fucking palm. You just
No,
wave your
not
hand
even
over it,
that.
Like
that's gonna
augmented
be
reality.
it.
You've not seen
Like,
Ghost
yeah,
Shell,
yeah.
right? You've seen Ghost Shell?
Or Ghost in the Shell.
Ghost, sorry, yeah. Ghost. You know how it's implanted in their brain, like their phones just there, so they just talk. I feel it'll be
Yeah.
more of that.
I don't think it'll ever be that because I don't think people will ever let.
You
I
say
don't.
that.
I don't think everyone.
No, but it's the same with how that's what I'm saying. That it's the same way that
There are
we was like, no, we
too
won't
many
do that.
skeptics about technology to let people to let a private company implant something in your head. There is no, because that will never become a public commodity. That will never be funded by government. They will never do that. That will have to be a private company, so people will have to
Yeah,
literally
that
sign up for it.
Yeah.
That will never become
a necessity.
everything, because you will always have like at least 20% of the population say, "I'm not having a chip in my head run by a company,"
Yeah, that's true.
because they could do.
I know,
anything.
I'm not.
You know, you have no idea what the capabilities of that is.
I
Exactly.
definitely know I'm
With the
not.
technology advancing,
Which is
faster
why
than
I
it
think
ever
it's going
has.
to be to do with headphones. I mean, where we've gone through with headphones now. I mean,
Yeah, look at
what,
that. where we are
AirPods.
now.
10 years ago, it was like really crappy, like really crappy wired headphones. Then we got the wireless, like proper on
The Beats
on
and
head,
stuff like that.
on ear headphones.
Not wireless yet. Yeah, it was on quality.
Well, they were
the quality
wired.
built
quality
up.
better.
Then
And
it
then they
went
got
to
to
wireless
Bluetooth.
overhead, but then you still had to. It went to you had to have a chip
Yeah.
with a wire for, so you had to plug it into something.
Yeah, it's like a
It wasn't just
receiver.
Bluetooth. It had that
Yeah.
first. Then we went into over-ear wireless
Which is
for a long
Bluetooth.
time. Then we went into in-ear wireless wired. So you still had to have a wire,
Yeah.
but it was wireless
It
to the
connected
phone.
the two pods together.
To now you have two
Pure
small
wireless.
wireless buds that you put into your ear.
Wireless.
it then realizes when it's in your ear to know that it's connected.
Wait, hang on a minute. So when you take that out, the music stops playing.
If I
Music
take
doesn't.
one of
What
mine
the
out, it will
fuck?
pause my TV
Oh, no.
show.
Oh, mine doesn't. If I take one out,
If
no.
I take one of my headphones out, it will pause my Netflix.
Fuck that.
See, mine doesn't do that. Mine, if you take one out, that one goes quiet, but because it's still got a connection to one of them,
Yeah.
it knows to continue
Oh,
playing.
mine will
But
just
as soon as I
pause
take
everything.
2 out, it pauses
That's
and it
like
will
that.
stop. Put them back in, then you got to click play on mine. Some of them, once you put them in, they recognize it's in
Mine
and continue play.
auto-plays.
It auto plays.
So if I take one out, which is really good, like if someone asks me the time or some bullshit on the street, you know, as people do. Excuse me, have you got the time?
People do that, and I look at them. I'm like, what they got? Oh,
I
you got
like, I
headphones
like
in.
the
I was
people that are
yeah.
wearing watches, but they still take their phone out to check it. But, yeah, that's you.
Except now I've got a smartwatch
But
as
it's
well.
super useful because if I take one headphone out, my music will pause so I can hear them,
Mm.
tell them what they need to know, put it back in, and it will autoplay.
Automatically play again.
Or automatically start playing again.
But it's just so yeah. Where we're going with that, it could just go into that's. Well, technically that is your phone because it's like with the watches, you don't actually have to have a phone
It's
with
like-
a smartwatch. You can
Yeah.
buy, you could add it onto your monthly subscript like phone plan. So whatever you pay a month, you can get
Yeah.
it so your phone can put your SIM card into your watch.
Yeah.
So you can leave your phone at home and still go out and technically have your
And have
watch.
like
No, yeah, you can talk through your phone. Well, I don't.
Text
Does the
on your
Apple
Yeah,
phone
one?
you
as well.
can, yeah.
The Apple,
I've
I know the
got
Samsung
Apple
one. You can.
the Apple one you can. You can
Samsung
talk
one
through it,
I
you
can talk
text
through
it
my
as well.
phone,
Yeah.
my watch. I don't
That's
need to.
insane. And
So
you
it
can
could
connect
go
an
to that.
AirPod up into that and hear the voice and then just talk to someone like that.
Yeah,
With
most
the Apple
likely.
one,
Yeah, you
you're
can do
definitely
that.
talking to it.
Wow. Technology's it's growing faster than it ever has done, I think. In like the
It
space
is
of
true.
5 years it's grown so much.
True, but should we agree that subscription services are the way forward?
No,
I
still
believe
don't.
it is.
I don't think it is.
I tell you what, we'll have a
fucking-
we'll have a completely
The-
separate techno.
I don't think it is.
technology. What do we think is going to happen? In the
I don't
future?
think it is.
I
What
think
do we
the
want
only
to come
reason-
back? But
The
I
only
don't
reason
think
I
it
think they
is.
should keep the TV licensing is because now the over 75s will have to pay for a
only
subscription.
if they don't get pension credit.
It depends, because I know over 75s don't have to pay for the TV license.
Yes, but
Wait,
anyone
what?
that's entitled to pension credit is allowed to get the TV license. For free.
Okay, and I think people
And
are
there are
like on
about 2
benefits and
million
stuff like that as
people
well.
in the UK that are entitled to pension credit that don't currently claim it.
Oh wow, that's insane. I don't know. I don't know if I feel it's the right way, but I think because there's just so many options, I think it makes it so.
I think it's the only way to go forward now.
What's that? Subscription services
Yeah,
and
I think
like
it's the
pay
only
to
way.
play or like microtransaction
Minor-
type stuff.
It's not the way I want it to go, but it's the only way it seems to be going.
I think it's gonna be the theme for the next 5 to 10 years, and then I think there's gonna be a slight change.
Into what? What do you think?
That's what I don't know yet. I haven't.
But what do you-
I mean, I think TV services is going to be quite similar to what it is now, and then it will become collaborations. Netflix has collaborated with Amazon Prime to make this fucking series, which is
Yeah.
on both of them. I think that's the sort of thing we'll start going to, because then you're kind of promoting 2 platforms at the same time.
That's true. Apple TV might be put onto Now TV or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. And in the same way that now, if you buy Sky, you can get BT Sports channels as a part of that package.
Okay.
Yes, but you have to pay extra.
You pay
for
extra
BT.
for those channels, but you can watch the BT channels on your Sky box through your Sky service.
Okay.
I think it will eventually get to.
Just get to that.
That
point.
stage
You have a
where-
Netflix subscription, but if you pay a little bit extra per month, you can watch these Amazon.
But no, but that's what
series,
that's what I was trying to say. Would it? You know when I was saying like
one
put everything
umbrella.
under
I mean,
one, but I'm saying
yeah.
it's in sense of.
But that would be
no,
a
but I'm saying
Fire
it's in
Stick.
sense. No, not.
I don't- I
Fire
think-
Stick, you still have to pay separately
Oh, yeah,
for
no.
Netflix.
Yeah,
But what I'm saying is, if that's the case, it's like PlayStation now is allowing you to be able to connect. Well, like Call of Duty is allowing you to be able to connect with Xbox and PC users.
That's true.
Multi-platform.
So you still pay for your PlayStation subscription, but you've got access to play with people on those things, right? You're not paying that extra thing. I'm saying if you had Netflix and you paid your £15 a month, say, you pay a bit extra to be able to have. So you can either just have Netflix is £10 a month, or you pay a little bit extra to be able to watch all other streaming platforms. I'm saying wouldn't that just be more ideal than saying
It'd be
I've got to
like-
have Amazon, Netflix, pay extra for this, pay extra for that.
it would be
Whatever,
ideal.
you could sign up to one main subscription and just pay extra to be able to watch maybe a handful of other platforms original stuff that they've got on there.
I think it'd be ideal, but it wouldn't make any money.
But
that
how
way.
much would they charge for
Yeah.
something like that?
I don't
Because
know.
I like Netflix
I
right
think
now
£10
is like £10.
I think £10 a month's too bloody expensive as it is.
But they wouldn't make any
So
money if
imagine them
everybody
all
was under the same
collaborating
roof.
together. And
But you
how
gotta say
much
that
would be
Netflix still
better?
lose out on money because one person has an account and they share it with 5 people anyway.
That's true. But it hasn't Sky mixed
That's
with
not
Netflix.
their
Like you
own
can get a
business
package
model,
where you
so-
can have Sky and Netflix in the same package.
Yeah, my Netflix is linked to my Sky Q.
Yeah, there you go.
I was reading the
And
amount of people that
Spotify.
don't have.
And yeah,
YouTube.
Oh really? So that's
Actually,
under
I don't
one
know if it's
umbrella?
YouTube.
I don't know if
But I
you
know
did
Spotify and Netflix I can access.
Okay,
through
so
Sky
do
Q.
you think?
Yeah.
So like, Apple have their Apple Music, Apple TV, but you pay separately. Do you think
Yeah.
you?
That's
I think that should be
I believe.
one.
Oh,
yeah,
I
that
think
should be
Apple
one.
should-
So should it be that it's depending
pull
on
all of their services into
pull
one
their
thing.
services into one and just pay for one?
In the same way
subscription?
that Amazon, if I pay for Prime,
Yeah, but-
I get video.
Yeah, but
Well,
no,
you get
I-
music for free now. You got Amazon Music is free.
Yeah, but Amazon Video comes free with Amazon Prime.
But that's
If I pay for Amazon Prime,
Oh, yeah, if you get Amazon-
I get Amazon,
get Amazon
Video,
Video
as
as
a
a
part of that
package.
subscription.
Yeah,
whereas
yeah,
Apple
yeah.
is like, I
Again-
pay for Apple, but I only get music. and
If
I
I
need
had
to listen to
Spotify and I wanted to get Apple TV, I wouldn't want to get Apple TV and Apple Music because I've already got Spotify. I would
Yeah.
like to have that separate.
No, but what?
True.
But just pay that once and you've got.
But I don't need Apple Music. I'd be paying.
No, but
That's true. No, that is
Okay.
true.
Yeah, I'd be paying for something that I'm not even
Prime,
using.
Like the whole all the stuff that they offer under it is quite a good value for money for $7.99 a month.
Hell yeah.
It is.
Because you
it's
get
it's worst thing is it's £70 for the year, which you
That's
make
actually
you
pretty cheap.
you by the time you look round
Hella
that
cheap.
is nothing because
Hella
how many
That's
things you
very
order
cheap.
on
it's
Amazon?
£80 now.
Oh, is it 80 now?
So
Okay.
It's still super cheap.
It's still cheaper
Yeah,
than it's
That's less than
Oh,
£10
yeah,
a
yeah.
month.
But by the time you look around and pay £80 for the year, you're getting, like we said, TVs for free, music,
Free
and then
postage.
free pack
Free postage,
postage.
next day
The amount of
delivery.
things you order off Amazon.
Oh yeah, they've got other stuff as well. They own Twitch. You can link
Yeah, you
your
get your
account. with
Twitch
your
account to that.
You get
So-
bonus prizes for games.
That's
that
what I'm
you
saying. Like,
play.
Amazon's that one that I feel like everyone should
They bring the most
sort
for their
of
monthly
follow.
payment.
You
Well,
know
aren't they
what I
the
mean?
most like valuable company at the moment?
Yeah, they're worth over something.
Well, the guy that
trillions.
owns it is the richest dude.
Jeff
Yeah,
Bezos.
It's over something trillions of
It's the
pounds.
richest
couple
guy.
of
Jeff
us.
Bezos.
And his
Yeah.
divorce is going to cost him half of his money.
What?
And
He's
he's
Yeah,
getting,
he
he's,
gets
getting,
divorced.
he's getting divorced, and he's worth something like
Over like
70 billion or 80 billion
back check.
dollars.
to give that up.
But he has
He has
to.
to give half of
But
that.
if he splits with his partner, he has to give up pretty much half of that.
Which doesn't
That's
really
why you get a
matter.
prenup.
No, but you know what?
But
Does
she-
that matter?
it-
Does
it-
that
it
matter?
doesn't, but it's
The reason he
principle.
didn't do that, Luigi, is because she helped him start it up.
Oh, okay. So he has
No,
to
but
have-
even with a prenup, yeah, if you help me start it up, you're entitled to
his
it.
net
But-
worth. What did you say?
It's like
70
80
billion.
billion or something.
His net worth is 129.9 billion US dollars.
Holy fuck, drop me $500 million.
And
Drop me a
he'd have
$2
to give up like near enough half of
Half
it.
of
That's fine. Boss, man, you're a billionaire. Your company's worth trillion.
No, but it's still a big hit from half of your net worth.
It is, but the
Like,
way
even
that
though
they
you've
go
got
is fine.
billions of
Wow, my
billions,
ears
half
mad.
is still a lot.
Mad.
I get it. I don't know. Streaming, I think I'm just very old school still. As much as
You want Blockbuster back?
Yeah.
I would love to have Blockbuster back.
I'd love to have
Like,
Blockbuster
Keith will
back.
go into a bar, he'll get IDs, Blockbuster card will drop out, and they'll go, never mind.
That's right, man.
Cool with me.
Don't worry about it, you definitely are.
You're definitely old enough.
Yeah.
I would love
That's,
to
I think
see-
it's just because of the fact it took me so long to even want to have gaming subscriptions and pay for gaming stuff like microtransaction. It took me a long. I wasn't on that. I was like, nah, I'm alright.
Yeah, that's the same as me.
You know
as
what I
well.
mean? And then next minute it came to the point where once I did it once, I
It's
just
like-
don't stop doing it.
It's the convenience of
Yeah, it was like,
It is.
fuck it, I'll buy these coins, I'll buy this, and I'll buy that. Oh, alright, yeah, whatever. It got to that point. Same with streaming sites. I didn't want to pay for Netflix. I used to try to take someone else's account. To the point where now I'm paying for Netflix, Amazon, Spotify, and it goes on and on
Yeah.
and on. I just think I'm just old school where I don't want it to continue like that.
I guess so.
You know, it's because
But
it's,
like I
it's a
said,
risky.
It's the way it
Room
seems
for
to be
improvement.
going.
I think that's perfectly fair of companies to do. I think it's a good way of doing it because it makes it affordable for a lot of people to have monthly subscriptions rather than one lump payment. And I think people are just greedy.
Yeah.
If I'm honest with you,
It is. It's
everyone
great
wants to
nowadays.
have
Everyone.
Spotify, Netflix, Amazon. Everyone wants to have all of them. You know, it's like, oh my god, this person was talking about this thing once. I really want to watch it. Let me spend £7 a month to watch that one thing that I heard about, and it's not actually as good as I thought it was going to be. So whatever. Do you know what I mean?
I think
like,
so that's why.
I'm content right now with my Spotify for my music, and my Netflix.
But
You know,
I get enough out of
do
that.
you have Amazon as well?
I do, but I don't watch the video.
Oh, you don't?
I don't use. I
use Amazon a lot in terms of watching just for
So you
what it
have
is.
Prime then?
You've got Vikings. Watch Vikings on Amazon.
You know Netflix have got.
So yeah. Oh,
well,
we can get the subscription.
Yeah,
You know what I mean. So
I was about to- I
for
was
me,
literally
like,
about
yeah,
to
it's
say
fine,
Maybe
but
Charles is a good thing.
Yeah, no.
yeah, it's.
So
I
you're
think
you're
people
content
just,
with the
people
development.
just have to be content with.
If you can't
Is this
afford
service
it, you're gonna
enough
have to
for me?
accept, like you're gonna have to use what you can afford.
Yeah,
like,
you just have to accept the fact that you're not going to be able to watch
Literally,
everything.
At the end of the day, it's a comfort, not a necessity.
It is.
So
No, but I feel like that's what is like. It is a comfort. It's like it is comfort.
It's a luxury.
It's good to
Right.
know that I can be on the go and have something to watch streaming. Wise, I can have that option of having something to stream. But it's coming to the point where it's people is like, I need to have that streaming thing.
But
And I
then
think
again,
that's why I don't
exactly.
want.
Like,
It's
even
coming
if
to
you
the point
don't
where
watch-
if you don't have it, you're getting bullied for it. You
Yeah.
know? Oh, what you don't have? Oh, what
It's
you
an
using Spot?
expectation.
You're coming. You're using Spotify without paying for it. Oh, what?
Yeah,
you're
get
like,
premium.
well,
Just spend
I
50
was
pound a month,
on
get
that
premium.
Spotify free way back in the day. That was the.
I was
way
on it
out.
for a good while. I only got Spotify last year.
I remember-
I was on it for free. Like that's not a
I
problem.
don't know.
remember
From like
the
back in the
days
day when it used
Spotify
to
was
just
free
be
anyway.
free, it wasn't a paid service. It was
Well,
a free service.
yeah,
Oh, I didn't have
I
this.
have a family.
That was when
I
it
remember
started.
that.
With my family, we pay the family with
The premium one,
I
yeah.
just,
So
I
that
just think I'm
five
very
people
old
can
school.
have it
Yeah.
at the same time. Yeah.
I just think
and
I'm just
instead of
very
paying
old
what, like £4.99 for one person, you're paying like
15
£15
for five people.
for five
Yeah,
people.
yeah, exactly.
No, I do get it. I do understand why. I just feel I'm just an older soul that kind of looks at it like it's
Yeah.
affected a lot of people's character, like personality, like because of the fact that people are going like
Shit.
you know how it is. I just think that's
In
you
one
know what I
minute.
mean. Like it's
Look at the first memory card.
it's just like that. I just don't feel.
Fuck,
man.
We have.
All right, wrap it up. See you later. Bye, guys.
Bruv,
Peace.
Fizzy, ooh. N22 straight to the double O. See me and they think I'm gonna blow. No hoes, no Joes, but I'm on a roll. Your girl's got fat, got belly roll.